My biological father, 44 male, who left me when I, 18 male, was young, wants to have a relationship with me again. I don't think he's being genuine and wants something else. Should I agree to meet him again? By the way, this comes from Throwaway 1932-14-89-8. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, my father, who I haven't even heard from since I was about 8, just showed up to my front door like 2 days ago and said he wanted to meet me. I haven't had any contact with this man for the past decade, and he just barges into my life again and expects me to go along with this BS. My mom passed away when I was a baby, so I never even knew her, and I guess it sort of broke my dad. He was in my life so little, even when he was around, I don't have any concrete memories of him. Just flashbacks every now and then. This would be a really good, movie. He would leave me alone with whatever new girlfriend he managed to get and go gamble whatever he made from his odd jobs. Nice. I knew how to cook and clean well enough to sustain myself by the time I was 7, and I guess he saw that as a reason to be there even less. That's crazy! We lived in a really run-down area, and it was a pain trying to go to and from school every day while avoiding the type of people who lived there. He never hit me or anything, but when I was 8, he stopped coming around entirely. I was used to him going for weeks or even months at a time, but this time he just never came back.
Was anybody with you?
That's when it got really bad for me. Whatever savings I had weren't enough to last me longer than a few months. I had to live off of whatever my friends got me at school or go to the local soup kitchen. I was there so often, they started to reserve a plate for me every night. I didn't have heat or water and had to hide when the landlord came around for rent. I think after a while, he just gave up and stopped bothering me. I actually have issues remembering this time in my life because, yeah, you were traumatized. There are these massive gaps in my memory. I would just go blank out for days at a time, and then it would go back to normal. I never told anyone because I thought that they would take me away, and my dad wouldn't know where I was when he came back. By the time I was 10, I was on the verge of being homeless, and was starting to get desperate enough to approach the teachers at my school when this guy who knew my dad showed up. Apparently, they knew each other from the army, and my dad was still alive. This is terrible. He sent a message to this guy from God knows where about me, and he showed up to my place. I was very hesitant to go along with this strange man who I never met before, but I was really desperate at this point. I remember that the man looked disgusted with my place, and I actually got offended with that. He introduced himself to me and said that my dad had remembered me for once. For me, it was take my chances with this guy or be homeless, so I chose to go with him. I literally want your father to be in jail. He told me to call him James, and it made sense since he was definitely not old enough for me to call him Dad. He was a weird guy, but he did mean well. Apparently, he was a problem child like me, and his parents sent him to the army to straighten him out. He met my dad there, and my dad took care of him since he had just turned 18, and my dad had been there for a few years. He said that the army changed my dad from the guy he knew. He had me after he came back. If he was really so effed up, he never should have had kids. James managed to get custody of me, and I went to live with him. He was pretty well off, so it was a massive shock and lifestyle changes. I'll admit I was a brat during the first year or so.